Welcome. My name is Leanne, and I'm going to be leading you through this chair yoga class today. So you want a chair without arms and feet flat on the floor. So if you need something underneath your feet so that they comfortably rest on the ground, then have a little bit of extra support there underneath your feet. We're going to start with a little bit of a grounding breath here. So you can rest in your chair, you can close your eyes. And take a moment and just feel. So feel your feet touching the floor. Feel your legs and your pelvis sort of held by the seat of the chair and your back resting against the back of the chair. And feel that you can rest downwards without collapsing. And so can we feel the support of the chair and the integrity of our own body? And then just notice how you are today. Notice how you're feeling. I'm going to honor that as we move into the class. Let your awareness come to your breath. Just notice easy, quiet breaths moving through you. And can you gently slow your breath? So you're slowing the inhale and slowing the exhale. And perhaps even allowing the exhale to get a little bit longer than the inhale. And then you might be able to notice at the end of that exhale, there's a subtle pause. Just a moment where the breath is still before that next inhale slowly comes in. So breaths are quiet, breaths are light. Just really taking your time. As we move into our postures, just doing your best to stay present to your body and to your breath, and as best we can, just letting the breath stay slow and smooth. Okay, so when you're ready, you could open your eyes. You can rest your hands on your legs. You might want to slide a little bit forward in your seat so that you're not resting against the chair. And then we're just going to roll the shoulders. So you can let the shoulders move together and they can move back. So the circles are going backwards. So there's an up movement and a back movement and a down movement of the shoulders and the shoulder blades on your back. Your hands or your fingers are just touching your legs, but they're free to move on them. Can you circle the other direction with the shoulders? So now there's a little bit of a forward movement. Take your time. Okay, rest for a moment. Okay, we're going to go back to the backwards movement, but do one at a time. So they alternate. So the left shoulder will roll back and then the right shoulder will roll back. Okay, so if you were swimming, it's a little bit like doing backstroke without the arms. Right? You see if you can switch your directions. So now you're alternating, rolling the shoulders forward. It's okay if it feels a little bit uncoordinated. Just playing, just looking for some movement. All right, let the shoulders relax, let the arms rest back, coming up into the neck, letting the head tip to the left ear towards the left shoulder, and then letting the head tip over to the right side. The head will fall to the right, and it's going to come back to the left. So take your time. Let it come back to the right, so right ear towards the right shoulder. And now come to the left, and we're just going to pause here on the left side. So let the jaw soften and the eyes soften. If you like, you could give the head a little turn so the chin is tucking towards the left shoulder. Unwind the turn so you're back in the lateral movement or the side bended movement with the neck. And then the head's going to come up and fall to the right. Just give it a moment or two just to come over to that right side so the left shoulder is just gently heavy, lots of space between the shoulder and the ear on that left side. And if you like, adding a little turn there so the chin tucks towards the right shoulder. Breath is just gentle, coming and going. You roll the ear back to the shoulder and then let the head come back up. Okay, let your palms come together and see if you can drop the elbows down so the hands are sort of in front of the sternum. You're pressing down and you're just seeing if you can align all of your fingers and your thumbs and the palms of your hands. And then see if you can keep your fingers together and lift the palms of the hands away from each other. Okay, let the palms come back together and then reverse your hands. So let your fingers point down, let the backs of the hands come together, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, let the arms go. So they're going to come down and hang beside us. Just give them a shake for a moment. Okay, then curl in your fingers, curl your thumbs over your fingers, and then bring those squeezing hands to your shoulders. So draw the arms in. Feel the squeeze. So you're feeling the squeeze in the arm and in the hand. Okay, let the arms go long. Extend the fingers and thumbs and palms open. And the elbows are straight. And maybe you're even moving the arms back a little bit. Okay, fingers curl in, thumbs over fingers. So make fists and squeeze. And pull the hands into the shoulders and squeeze. Breathe. Okay, extend the arms long, extend hands, fingers, thumbs, elbows are straight, and maybe arms come gently back. And then let the arms go and you give them all a shake. So the hands can have a shake and the arms can have a shake, just like they were cooked spaghetti. Okay, so they're all nice and loose. All right, from here, letting your hands come up so that they're just resting on the chest. So one hand rests and then the other hand rests. And we're just gently going to begin to tip from side to side. So you can go whichever way you like first, and just gently from side to side. Now you're welcome to keep the hands here at the heart, or maybe you want to move your fingertips up to your shoulders. So elbows might point down, or you might let the elbows point up a little higher as you come over to each side. Just depends on how steady and comfortable you feel as you just shift into that little side bend. Next time you're to the left, we'll stay to the left. Now you're welcome to keep your hands wherever they are, or you could let the left arm hang and give it a shake out, and you could let the right arm just gently come up and over top. Okay, so if you want to be a little bit more supported here, maybe you've got your left arm on your left leg or your left hand at your hip. Okay, you don't have to have the right arm up so high. If it's better a little bit back. Okay, come on back to vertical, and we'll tip to the right and just take the pause to the right side. See if you can let the right arm go, or if you prefer it on your right leg, you can move it there. And then where does this left arm want to go? Where does it want to reach to? And then come on back up, and you can let the hands come back to your legs. All right, we're going to circle here. So you're going to move the upper body in a circle around the lower body. So you'll feel in the pelvis this weight shift. Okay, at some point you'll feel like you're over on the left sitting bone, and then you'll be forward, and then you'll be over on the right sitting bone, and then backward. Okay, depending on which direction you circled, of course. Okay, let your circles move the other way. So we're loosening at hips, right, at the lower back, and just taking your time. You've found the range, so the size of the circle that works for you, and the pace. Okay, come on back to neutral, so back to the center. And we're going to turn towards the left. So just let your spine rotate. So maybe your right hand comes over onto the left leg. Maybe left hand comes to the hip, or maybe the left arm lifts. Okay, you feel your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair, your spine tall and turned, and shoulders easy. Your breath happening. Okay, unwind your turn. So come all the way back to the middle, and then we'll turn to the right. So maybe left arm comes over, maybe right hand to the hip, or maybe you want to lift the right arm today. Easy shoulders. You sort of also have this awareness of your neck. And if you want to turn it further to the right, you could even turn it to the left if you wanted to, or you keep it more neutral. Just what feels right. Unwinding your turn, so we're back at center. Right, so we're going to put our twist in with a little sequence here. So let your arms, they're going to start in front, and they're going to lift up towards the ceiling, or as high as you are comfortable lifting your arms. Bend the elbows, palms face forward, so the elbows are dropping down, and you can move the upper arm bones back gently if you like. So there's a little stretching through the chest. Okay. And then turn to the left, and let the arms come down and land wherever they feel for landing. Breathe. Unwind. Arms are going to come back in front. They're going to lift just as high as you like. And then let the elbows bend again. Palms are facing forward, fingers are spread wide, shoulders away from ears, elbows towards the floor. Maybe your arms are gently back. And then turn right. So left hand can land where it lands, maybe over on the right leg. Right hand comes where you want it to. Unwind your turn. This time, arms on either side of the chair. They're going to lift wide and up. Palms forward, elbows bend, spread your fingers. Okay, this time side bend to the left side. So left hand could come to the hip, and the right arm could come up, or left arm could come to the left leg if you like, or left arm could hang. Back to vertical, arms back on either side. Lift both arms wide, up just as high as you like. So maybe they stop at shoulders, maybe they come up to the ceilings. Palm forward, elbows bent, dropping the arms down. And then side bend to the right. So left arm can come up and over, or maybe left hand to the shoulder. Come on back to vertical. All right, let the arms come down. Now they could come back and you could grasp your chair, the back of your chair or the legs of the chair behind you, or you could rest your hands back on the seat of the chair behind you. You could interlace your fingers and just rest your arms back. Either a tall spine, so you can feel into the head and the ribs and the pelvis and just be neutral there. Or if it's comfortable, you could come into a little bit of a back bend. And you could gently let the body create this long arc. Okay, just do what feels right, do what feels comfortable for you. Okay, releasing out of your back bend if you came into one, and the arms back to neutral. Okay, and we're going to come down into the legs next. So let the left foot lift and just circle out the left ankle. Okay, let it move the other direction and feel what that movement feels like today. Okay, relax the ankle, and then we're going to bring this knee in. So that might mean interlacing your fingers and placing them below the knee and giving the leg a big hug. Or it might mean something lower, right? It might mean tucking hands under the thigh, and you're just lifting the left leg up as high as it comes for you. And you can do this with a back that's tall, or you could let your back round forward. So you could drop the chin and you could sort of curl in a little bit. Come back to where you're tall, put the left foot on the floor, and then slide the heel forward. So you may need to slide forward on the seat of your chair here. So the left leg is long in front and the heel is on the ground. And you can stay there, just letting that left leg lengthen, or you could tip forward. You could draw the top of the left foot gently towards your shin, if you like. The back of this leg, back of this left leg, just gently lengthening. Are those slow, gentle breaths. Okay, come on back up. Slide the left foot to the floor, so bend the knee. Pick up the right leg and extend the leg and circle out your right ankle. Just take your time. Okay, go the other direction. And the ankle relax and lift the leg up. So maybe just a little bit, maybe more. Okay, maybe you can bring the heel to the seat of your chair. Okay, if you would prefer here, you could have the right foot on the floor. If it's not comfortable to lift that leg up, you can be tall, or you can gently curl forward. So you can drop the chin and just feel into your back. Come on back to vertical, bring the right heel down and then shift it forward so that right leg is nice and long in front. Maybe you're drawing the top of the foot in and maybe you're staying just right there, working on extending the leg straight, and maybe you're tipping forward. Just notice that feeling, that sensation of the bottom of the right foot, the back of the right leg, whatever you feel, and up into the back of your body, that whole back line of you. Okay, and then lift. Okay, slide the right foot back to the floor. So knees are stacked back on top of ankles. All right, you could bring hands to your heart, or you could bring hands up to the sky here. So I'm just going to turn in my chair so that you can see. Okay, so from wherever you've got your hands, whether they're low or high, engage your core, and then tip forward so that your back is still straight. So we're not rounding the back. We're intending the back to still be in a straight position. Okay, feet on the ground and the core on. So this is a little bit of strength. Okay, now drop the arms so that your fingers are pointing down towards the floor. And then lift the arms wide into a T. Okay, come back to vertical, hands either back to the heart or back to the ceiling. Add your tip, which is a movement from the hips. Let the arms fall so they're pointing down, and let the arms lift wide. So the shoulder blades on your back are coming towards the spine. But that happened all on its own. Just if you're wanting to sort of feel where the activity might be. Okay, come on back up to vertical. We'll do it one more time. So maybe hands stay at the heart. Maybe they come up to the ceiling. Tip forward. So bring the pelvis forward a bit. Okay, drop the arms down. And then lift the arms wide into a T shape. Let the arms go and let the body come back up. All right, so next we're going to come up to standing. And you remember, we'd like a nice slow stand so that we can use our standing up as a moment of strengthening for our legs. So put your feet on the floor, not on your extra supports. Okay, and let the arms come forward. So you're slowly tipping your weight forward. And then at some point, your weight's going to shift into your feet fully, and especially into the heels. And then you can slowly push down and come on up. Okay. All right, so up at standing, you could either be standing so that you are going to use the back of the chair, or you could also use the seat of the chair. Okay. So we're going to step back with the feet and then tip at the hips. So either let your hands come to the seat of your chair or your arms come to the back of the chair and tip at the hip, and just gently bring the torso forward so that it is more parallel to the floor. Okay. Knees are not locked. And there's just a nice length to the back of the legs and to the back. And if you need to be less in your shoulders, then you're doing more of a resting of your arms on the back of the chair as opposed to having the arms extended. Okay, so listen to your body and make whatever adjustments you'd like to make. Take a break when you need to. And then we're going to make our way back up. Okay, so you can walk in. All right, so next we're going to do a little bit of balance. So you can have your chair next to you, and we're going to have the chair on our left side to start. Okay. So that means we're going to stand in our left foot, and we're just going to let the right knee come on up in front. So maybe the foot just hovers above the ground, maybe the knee comes up higher, and you get to choose how much you're using this chair for support underneath the left hand. Right? So if you want less, then you're holding on less. All right, now move the left leg, so the right leg rather, so the knee is pointing down, and maybe the right leg moves back a little. Okay, and then let the knee come up in front again. So right knee is lifting, and then moving at the hip. The right knee is pointing down and maybe moving back. Okay, so just turning so you can see. So the knee is coming up in front, and then the leg is coming down and back. Okay, one more. So the leg comes up in front, right leg lifts, and then the right leg this time is going to come down. It's going to stay down and back. Then let the right foot come to the floor. You can just give it a shake out there if you like, both legs. Okay, come back and stand in the left leg. And let the right leg lift to the right. So it's going wide to the right side and then let it go. Okay, lift the right leg to the right and then let it go. In one more. Lift it to the right, now stay. So you could just stay here and be tall, feeling grounded down through the left leg, or you could tip. So you could tip your whole torso over towards this left side, which is where the chair is. Okay, you could have your hand on the seat of the chair or on the back of the chair. Okay, maybe you want to stretch the right arm wide. Okay, keep lifting the right leg up wherever you are. Okay, and then come on back to vertical. And just give everything a little shake out. And then we'll come on over to the other side of the chair. So now the chair is on your right. And the left leg is going to lift up in front. So let the knee bend. So you moved at your hip. Point the knee down. So the knee itself didn't change its shape. It just changed the direction that it's pointing, right? We're moving at the hip. So lift the thigh up and then move the thigh so that it's straight up and down. So lift the left leg up in front just as high as you can. And then point the knee down so the thigh is straight up and down. Okay, one more. Lift the left leg up. Maybe a little less weight through the right hand. And then move the left leg so that it's straight up and down. Okay, the knee is bent. And you're moving your left leg back. Okay, right knee, your standing leg, that knee isn't locked. It's just gentle. All right, let the left foot step to the floor and just give your legs a little bit of a shake out. You come back to your mountain pose, both feet on the floor. Maybe right hand is on the chair. Okay, lift the left leg to the left and then let it go. So the only part of you that's moving is this left leg. So we're not tipping yet, it's just the left leg lifting away from your midline and then coming back in. So we're in the left hip, letting it be stronger. Open it up and then let it go. Okay, last time. So open and pause. So you don't have to be at 100%. Okay, you might just be part way and just pause with the leg held away from your midline. If you want more, you're going to tip towards your chair. So towards the right hand on the chair or the fingertips maybe on the chair seat. Okay, you can reach with the left arm. Okay, so you also have to listen there to the right hip and make sure that the right hip is happy with that movement. And if it's not, you're going to stay more vertical because that would be easier in that standing leg hip. Okay, and then come on back to vertical. Okay, you can give your legs a shake out. And then we're going to come back to our chair, but we're going to come into our lunge for our chair. Okay, so position yourself in your chair so that your right leg is on the chair and you are facing to the side of it. So the back of the chair is going to be behind you or beside you in this moment. It's on your right side and you're facing towards this right leg. So ideally this right foot is on the floor. And then you're choosing this left leg. Okay, you can hold on with the right hand. Okay, but you're choosing this left leg. And maybe the left leg is more underneath you. And then as you get more comfortable, it can move back behind you. Okay, so you're in a lunge and there's some length in through the front of this hip, this left leg. Okay, if you like, turn towards the back of your chair. So you're turning towards the right. So maybe the left hand comes onto the right leg. Okay, unwind your turn. Bring the back leg, the left leg in, and then turn on your chair so that you're facing forward. Okay, left leg is going to lift. So left shin to the right thigh or cross the left ankle over your right ankle. Okay, so from either of those, you can gently move this left leg. So you can sort of lift the knee up and then lower it down. So we're moving the leg bone, the thigh bone, in the hip socket, just gently. Okay, so if you're lower, so your thigh is moving towards the right leg and then away from it. Okay, so especially if your left shin is up on your right thigh, just listening to your knee. So if it's not comfortable for your knee, lower your left leg down. Okay, just let that leg relax for a moment. Lift yourself up tall, easy shoulders. Okay, maybe you want to tip forward a little bit. Come on back to vertical. Okay, bring the left foot to the floor, and then we're going to spin around so that our left leg is now the front leg in our lunge. So left foot is flat, so you've turned your body so that the back of the chair is on your left side. Okay, left foot flat on the ground in front. So you sort of have to slide really close to the front of the chair seat so that this right leg can move off of it. Okay, so maybe the right leg is just sort of tucked underneath your pelvis on the right side. And as you feel steady, that right leg can go back further. Toes can curl under. You can use the left hand on the back of the chair to give you some steadiness. You could turn to the left if you like. So maybe the right hand could come onto the left leg. You're turning towards the back of the chair. It's just a gentle twist. Okay, and then unwind. Okay, bring the back leg in so the right leg comes in. Turn on your chair so you're facing forward again. Either cross right ankle over left ankle or bring the right shin up onto the left thigh, really listening to the knee, okay, listening to the hip. Okay. You can move this right thigh bone maybe in your hip socket. So the leg sort of comes in and then away, or if your ankle is lower, then the thigh is coming towards the left leg and moving away. The movement's at the hip, just loosening it up. Okay, and then just letting it rest. Okay, you can feel your left foot on the floor, your seat in the chair, your back tall, your shoulders easy. Just doing your best to let this right hip relax, right leg relax. And if you like, you're tipping forward. Okay, and lift, right foot to the floor. Cross your right hand to your left leg. Then you're going to switch left hand to the right leg. So we're just going to alternate. Now this gets to be as big as you like. So you can simply cross arms over your midline and just alternate that way. You could let it become more of a twist so the upper body can actually turn a little bit to the side. So as the left hand comes to the right leg, you're turning gently to the right. You could also add the leg movement in. Okay, so as you're turning to the right, maybe the left leg lifts. And as you're turning to the left, maybe the right leg lifts. Okay, so you're just alternating from side to side, choosing which movement you want to do with the leg. Okay, and if you're doing the opposite, it's fine. Okay, just we're crossing over in the midline. That is the important piece here. Connecting the right hand with the left leg. All right, moving ourselves back to the middle. Okay, just let your feet settle to the floor, roll your shoulders out gently. Okay, gently turn your head to the left. Okay, can you begin to slow your breath? Then you're going to turn your head to the right. And then bring your head back to the middle. All right, if there's any other part of you you want to move again before we relax, then you can. Okay, so if you need a forward fold or a backward bend, whatever you like to do, you can do. And then when you're ready, you're going to come and sit in your chair. You're going to rest back in the chair for your relaxation. And if you'd rather do this on the floor, you can come down to the ground if you like. Okay, so when you're ready, you're just settling yourself into the chair or onto the ground. So feeling supported. Okay, resting your feet on the floor, eyes resting closed, back supported by the chair. And just allow the breath to be gentle and light and effortless. And then just gently let your awareness begin to move through your body. Okay, and you're just noticing. You don't have to change anything. Just notice. Okay, come into the head. So feel into the face. And there might be the opportunity there just to soften the face or the inside space in the head. It's more about being aware. Okay, noticing the neck. And the right shoulder and the right arm and the right hand. And then noticing the left shoulder, the left arm, and the left hand. Both shoulders, both arms, both hands. Down into the rib cage and the heart space, and just notice what you notice. Curious, welcoming to all sensations. And down into the belly and into the pelvis. And just notice where your awareness goes. You feel the left hip, the left leg, and the left foot. And the right hip, the right leg, and the right foot. And then both hips, both legs, and both feet. Be aware of your whole body. Easy breaths, letting go of any tension or effort that you notice in your body or in your breath. So can you perhaps here notice sensations of calmness or peacefulness, or ease? And if you like, bring to mind an image that helps you cultivate how you would like to feel. So if you would like to feel peaceful, then imagine something that helps you feel peaceful or calm or free. Okay, so just bring that image in and feel the feeling in your body of peacefulness or calm or ease or freedom, right? Whatever it is. How does that feel in your body when you bring in this image? So it might be a calm lake. It might be a bird flying, right? And this image, when we tie it to the feeling, it's something then that we can bring back into us whenever we want to remember the feeling sense in our body. That's something that you can come back to whenever you'd like to remember that feeling as a felt sense in our body. Okay, so for now, just let that go. Let go of any effort or tension within you. Just notice how you are. Have a sense of your breath again, that maybe it's easier now to have that nice slow breath. So slow on the inhale and slow on the exhale. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to move back into your day, you can gently move your body and just stretch and move as your body would like to. And so take your time. No need to rush coming back. Thank you for joining practice today. Take good care, everybody.